Algebra 1's page number 7 today. 2 of these are crossed out. You don't know how to do, so I'm going to just kind of teach them real quick. And then number 20 you can do. So on number 19, a laboratory technician used this function to model her research. We want to know which one of these, 1, 2, 3, basically is equivalent or the same. So the easiest and quickest way to do that is to just graph them all. Deal is though, guys, when you go to a graph, you can't use the variable m, you have to use the variable x. So I'm going to start by graphing this original function, and then I will graph these 3, and I will see which ones are exactly the same. So in my graphing calculator, you guys might have to go online and search online graphing calculator. I'm going to type in the original equation, or not equation, expression, 2x. Remember, I got to change that to an x plus 1. So this is the original. There it is. So I want to know, does choice 1, 2, or 3, or a combination of those match up? So when I graph Roman numeral 1, 3 to the 2x, is it equivalent? Totally is. How do you know? Because it lines up right on top of it. Okay? If you're unsure, I can check out the table of values. See how they are the same? They match. Okay? So I know, Control T, I know that number 1 definitely matches up. So as a good test taker, you should say, okay, 1 is a possibility. Uh-oh. 2 is not. 3 is a possibility. Uh-oh. 4 is not. So looking at the only 2 answers that are left, I'm not even going to waste my time typing that in because I know it's either just 1 or it's 1 and 3. So now I'm going to type in this one, and I'm going to see if this one falls on top and is the same graph. So I'm going to hit tab, bring that entry line back up, and it's 6 times 9 to the, and I got to change that to an x, 6 times 9 to the x. Let's see, does it fall on top of the same graph or does it not? Yes, it does. So this one also matches. So my answer is choice 3, 1 and 3. Okay, that's how I would do that one. Number 20, this one you should know how to do. Which system of equations has the same solution? So if you take a look at the original, oh, Abs, the dog just got your food. You can't leave it there, okay? Well, let's pick it up, okay? Chop, chop. Thanks, bud. The bowl is by the dog's mouth. Welcome to my life. Okay, so here we go. This one, how do you go from this top equation to that? Well, you multiply it by 2. So let's just check. 2 times 3, yep, 6x. 2 times negative y is negative 2y, yep. 2 times 7, 14, yep. So that is correct. Now take a look at this bottom one. How do you get from 2 to negative 6? You multiply by negative 3. So let's check it out. Negative 3 times 2x is negative 6. Negative 3 times 3y, uh-oh, that should be negative. So that does not have the same answer. Okay, let's erase those. Here we go. So this one, I got to get from 18. So how do you get from 3x to 18? You got to multiply by 6. Let's see if they did it correctly. So 6 times 3 is 18x. 6 times negative y is negative 6y. And 6 times 7 is 42. That is done correctly. Okay, so now we got to take this bottom one. From 2x to 4x, we got to multiply by 2. So 2 times 2 is 4x. 2 times 3 is 6y. And 2 times 12 is 24. That one is done correctly. Okay, you can check out the other ones, but there you have it. Okay, here we go. Last one. Population of, what is that? Paramecia? Who even cares what that is? So a population of things can be modeled by this equation. T is the number of days since the population was first observed. What domain is most appropriate? So remember, domain, there's your vocabulary word. Those are your x values. Those are the input values. So I want to know where or how many days do I want to look at this population of Paramecia. They sound delicious. Actually, I don't think they're delicious at all. So let's graph it. Add a graph. It is 3 times 2, and instead of t, remember I'm going to use x because that's when we calculated graphs. Okay. So over the why did I graph that? Sometimes Mrs. Shiner needs to read. Used to determine the population over the course of the first 2 weeks. All right, 2 weeks. So obviously I want to start at 0 days. And 2 weeks is how many days? There's my domain from 0 days to 14 days because it's 2 weeks. There it is, from 0 to 14 days. So T is days. They talk about weeks. You have to just catch that. There you go, page 7.